Let's move now to KwaZulu-Natal, and staff at the Cato Manor Clinic in Durban have vowed not to return to work until their safety is guaranteed. Now, they downed tools after clashes between police and the community who were blocking roads yesterday. The clinic staff got caught in the crossfire when residents were demanding that power be restored to their area. eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is covering the story, and she joins us now. Nqobile, thank you so much for joining us. So, my understanding of the problem of no power, it started as load shedding, but then the power just did not return. Tell me briefly about how did this problem develop?
Well, Sally, it's been an ongoing problem in Mayville. You will remember that 2 weeks ago we were in the area and we heard that they had burnt tires and possibly that protest ended up with a hardware that was also had stuff that was stolen from them. Now that issue keeps going and it keeps building up. From our understanding is that Mayville gets power from the municipality, and from that point when the power goes out, then there's load shedding, but then following the load shedding is an outage. The community has been complaining that at times they stay with no power for about 5 days, sometimes 4 days, sometimes 3 days, sometimes even longer. But they're saying that it's been an ongoing problem. They just want it fixed. So yesterday, the community decided to take to the streets. They were protesting. From the people, the bystanders that spoke to us, they said that it was very calm. It was okay. There was no anger there until the point where they then started, where the police came and they told them to disperse. They did not. And then there was a bit of clashes between the community and the police, which ended up with tear gas and some rubber bullets. Now, whilst that happened, some of the community members ran into the clinic, and as a result, some of the patients as well as the workers also got tear gassed, and some of them even got injured during that point. So the community very unhappy with the power outage, very unhappy with load shedding that's taking so long, not understanding what's happening, but nobody there to explain it to them. They then decide to take to the street.
Yeah, so you can understand the frustration of the community, but then, as you've explained, the clinic gets caught up in it, and now the union, Nahawu, is saying that the health department needs to be able to guarantee the safety of clinic staff. Tell us more.
Well, Sally, yes. So during that moment, we understand that some of the health staff were caught up in this crossfire. Some of them got injured. So a lot of the nurses, the doctors, the health people that are there saying that they're scared. What if they come to the clinic and this happens again? They're traumatized because of what they saw, so they want counseling. And they also want to make sure that they are secured in the space that they are working in. There is security there, Sally, but there seems to be an issue because when all of that happened, it seemed the security didn't respond on time, and as a result, then there were people that just flooded into the clinic. So now the health staff just saying that for now, we'd just like to have conversations with the health department. We're not going to be working today, and as a result, until we know for a fact that we are secured, and that even if there's another clash, that even if the police come through, there will be a way that they will work together and that they won't be caught in a crossfire, then they are not working until such time. But let's listen in as Nahawi explains.
The plan is that until there is an assurance by the department that the working environment is safe, the workers are not going to go back to work. So at this stage, there's no safety, this is guaranteed. So we are not going to allow workers to go and work in an unsafe environment.
What happened yesterday?
There was an unrest that was outside by the community, but somehow the workers were targeted. As we speak, some of them were injured. They are being attended to. Some of them, they were tear gassed. So, and because the community was also targeting the workers. So that is what has happened yesterday.
There are more than 10 people that have been affected here. Our concern as PSA is the safety of the employee, because you cannot have a situation where people are being attacked by the community. We understand the concerns. It is for this reason. It is for this reason we are calling on the MEC to come and able to intervene. We concern about the safety of our members. Life of the employee is important. We're willing to provide the service, and our challenge is that the local management is arrogant. We are engaging with the district, trying to find solution. Remember that this clinic was closed before due to security measures. As PSA, we are saying we must make sure that the employee are safe. We cannot risk our life, risk our power. It is for this reason that since yesterday they are planning for the employee to see psychologists. Some of them are affected.
And for the community, they have no power, and now they have no open clinic. Let's take a listen.
Ugesi uyahamba futhi serious kakhulu nje, and lonto yahlupha, sikwazi ukupheka, sikwazi ukwenza lutho, yonke nje lonto le. Manje sizama ukuze clinic, mesifike clinic ivaliwe, asazi ukusenze njani because siyadinga usizo, yonke ngezinto nje ngathi amantombazane yabo yonke lonto le.
Yeah, uhamba isikhathi eside, but usually ujwayele ukuhamba all 2 hours. Sometimes uyahamba isikhathi eside kakhulu, which lead to abantu ke protesting izinto kanjalo.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, those Vox is just recapping what you've been telling us, that the electricity problem is ongoing. You can't run your life if you don't have power for days and days. And now the clinic has been closed because of the protest and how it spilled into the clinic. People need help. They need medical care. They need electricity. So I have to ask, have you had any response from any authorities, from the health department regarding whether they can guarantee the safety of staff at that clinic, but also from the city or Eskom on what on earth the problem is that has led to these extended outages?
Well, to be quite honest, Sally, on the part of electricity, we've been doing the story and we've reached out to these departments, and it's been little to no answer. Every time we try to ask them what is going on with Mayville, there's no answer. Besides the fact that they do, though, highlights that there's quite a lot that happens in the area. This includes some of people that are just illegally getting electricity from some of these cables. So there seems to be that issue as well, but departments don't really want to speak about it. When you reach out to them, they say it's an ongoing problem, something they've looked into, they continue to look into because of what happens in the area. However, if you look at the fact that the community is affected so much and that people do need these services, we did speak to the Department of Health and they said to us, this is not the only area that's been affected because of what communities are saying. In fact, in eNCA as well, we do understand that even MEC Hlomuga is going to be intervening in that area, Sally, because they also have a similar situation where the community was unhappy with the roads, and they have now affected the health department. So it seems health has a lot to deal with at this point. We're understanding though that health has decided that they are going to go to the clinic. They are having conversations with the management in the area, in the district as well. They're speaking to the unions, but they're also taking out of the clinic. They're speaking to some of the local leaders to basically say to them, even though you are unhappy, please do not affect our premises because we also need to render the services. Yeah. This is just as far as what they have done so far, but we will hear what will be the amicable solution going forward.